Welcome to Michelle Labs. I'm sharing 3 activities for Earth Day. I hope you like them, and if you do, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so you can receive more videos.
Mechanical weathering occurs when large rocks, such as a boulder, you've probably seen a boulder in a lake or a stream and water runs across it. Well, when this water is running across it, it begins to break down the rock into smaller pieces over time. Mechanical weathering can occur because of frost, ice, the sun, plants, even people, and water. So we're going to do an experiment where we're going to see how mechanical weathering can wear down a rock and break it into small pieces and even break it down to sand where it sifts. Alright, so we're going to take this large piece of chalk and it is going to represent the boulder. We're going to put it in our jar and then put some rock salt to cover it. Alright, so here's our jar. I'm going to put the lid on it. In order to represent the weathering, I'm going to shake the jar so that we have some force acting up on it so that the boulder or our chalk can break into pieces. Take your peanut butter and take about 3 tablespoons and put on your plate in a thick layer. Next, you're going to take your 2 crackers and put them on top. First, we're going to look at convergence. Convergent plates are 2 plates pushing towards each other. As they push towards each other, they begin to push and move above each other, on top of each other. Now, what landform do you think is created when plates are convergent or move towards each other? Mountains. That's right. The mountains, the Himalaya mountains, are mountains that were formed because of the convergent plates, the plates that were meeting together. We have plates with different names, and the 2 plates that pushed together to form the Himalaya mountains were the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate. Let's make our wind turbine. We're going to start off with a tube. And with this tube, I punched 2 holes, one on each side at the top, and I taped on some fins on the side to hold it up. Next, you're going to need a skewer. We're going to take the skewer, cut our straw in half, and crisscross the straws on the skewer and place those like this. Now that we have this in place, we're going to take half of a straw and poke it through the hole so that it fits through. If your hole is not wide enough, just take your scissors and make it a little bit bigger. Alright, now that I have the straw through here, I think I want one that's a little bit longer. So I'm going to use this one. Great. Now, take this part and we call this is going to be our shaft. We're going to take the inner shaft and place in the outer shaft. Alright? So when it's in the shaft, it will spin. Now, in order to keep it on here, let's take a straw and place here at the end by taking our scissors and just punch a little hole all the way to the other side. And take it and place it on our shaft. our shaft, we're going to put on some blades. We're going to add blades to the straw. Now we're going to take our blades and fold them. Remember, we want to harness the wind. That means catch the wind. So we got to catch the wind in order for it to generate and begin to turn our shaft. Let's take a little piece of tape. Tape it on. Now that we have our blades on, let's give it a test. Alright, so the shaft is moving. Now we're going to take a cup, punch a hole on each side. You can just use your scissors or pencil. Take some string, and we're going to make a little bucket. So just thread your string through the holes and do a double tie on it. The purpose of the cup, it is going to hold the marbles. If you decide that you want to just test paper clips, you do not need the cup. You can just tie the paper clip, one paper clip to the string, and then connect the paper clips to each other. Alright, so we have our little cup. Now let's take the string, tie it to the shaft. Cut and just tie it to the bucket. Now when the string pulls or when the wind blows the blades, it's going to lift the cup. The energy is going to come from the wind, and here's our cup. And the cup should lift because of the shaft rotating. Let's test it out. Okay, so I'm going to tape my string because it started moving. So remember that if your string begins to move and it's not wrapping around, put a little piece of tape on it. Okay, now let's give it a try. All right, you can see the cup is up in the air. As it goes down, it's going to release it. Let's turn it this way. Does it matter where I put the string? Should the string be shorter? Should the string be longer? That's something you can design when you make yours. Now we're going to test out one marble. All right, it's lifted up one marble. Now, I don't have a lot of wind energy, I see it myself, so it does take more energy to blow it. Could it lift two? could it lift 2 based on what we know so far? Maybe I need a fan in front of it. Would that make a difference? Let's try and see. And actually it lifts 2. All right, so the more energy wind we have, the more it will lift up.
Let me know in the comments which lab you conducted. Thank you everyone and have a blessed day.